introduce you to interesting people here at the Faywhat show. People that are so important to our LGBTQ plus community. Here's one of them right now. I'm so excited this morning. I know, can you tell by my little pigtails? Yeah, it just kind of means that I haven't done my hair today, but I'm working it, it's fine. So this morning we are joined by Vauz Allen, all right? So I'm gonna tell you a little bit about her before we start talking to her. So she was married at 17, and Vauz has been performing in drag since she was 16, all right? I'm not gonna tell you her age because the lady never tells her age. She's 40, bitch! Vauz loves to dance and realized this when she was 6 years old. Vauz is now 40 and lives in Oakland Park right up the street. They've been sober for 2 years and 8 months, and she advocates sobriety and helping raise money for charities that help fur babies, all right? So you know that we've got a lot in common. She's here to talk about their life, her journey towards sobriety, her passion for drag and dance, and her loving husband, her loving boo. Welcome, Vauz Allen, to the show. How are you,
Hi,
Mama?
everybody. Oh my gosh, Faye, thank you for having me. I'm super excited to be here.
Oh my God,
yes.
I am super excited that you are here, Vauz. You are one of my favorites, and let me tell you why. Because you are real, you're transparent, and I get that this is a job, this is also a face that you have to put on to go to work. You know, she works at Lips. I'm gonna tell you guys all about it in a second, you know, but the person that Vauz at work, Vauz outside, Vauz at a festival, Vauz at Pride, Vauz eating at Rosie's is the same Vauz.
Amen. Those are, yes, ma'am. I never change. I'm just transparent. That's who I am.
And I get chills because I love that. And yeah, you're like, so why is that a big deal? You know, in our community, I think that we're so marginalized and we're so pushed down that we're constantly wearing different masks and we forget to take them off with people that are actually there for us.
That is so true.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that was something that I just felt from you instantly, like the many times that we've run into each other, you know? So you know her from Lips here in Fort Lauderdale, and she works there with Velvet, Lenore,
Oh my gosh.
the queen of everything.
Oh my gosh, biggest personality in town.
And
Hello.
biggest titties ever.
Oh my gosh.
She's getting smaller and smaller, and her boobs are getting bigger and bigger. She's so amazing. You're there with Amanda.
Amanda, we've got Karma Sutra, Aaliyah J.
I love Aaliyah.
Oh my gosh, New York.
Oh my God.
Can't fuck with her.
No, you can't. You really can't.
And then of course, you've got the also triple threat Miss Trinity B.
Oh, Trinity
Every
B.
time.
Bonet! Like, that woman is just incredible.
You got Nicolette, who hosts our Sunday brunches. I mean, she's a legend in itself.
The Sunday brunches are everything. If you've never been, like, most people go to Lips and they'll go to the nighttime stuff, right? But you've got to do the
Brunch is
brunches
it.
too. The brunch is everything. Rihanna Patron, she's always there as well.
Every Sunday, yes.
I love Rihanna.
Mimosas, Bloody Marys, champagne.
Yeah, and she's another one that has my heart. She's very similar to you in that way, where it's like, that's who you see. When she's out like a boy, she's still who she is, you know? And it's like, I respect that so much.
Amen.
So let's begin with pronouns. I always try to be very respectful about that, you know? We were talking a little bit before the show, and like, some people don't care to use them. Some people don't want to even evolve or even try to use them. How do you feel about them?
I don't know. I try to be respectful. So, you know, I identify as she, her. And, you know, in situations when you're not sure, I always let someone know that you probably should say they, them. You know.
Because they, them will basically
it's
encompass
just
everybody.
Neutral, and you're not being respectful to any party.
Or
if you're
disrespectful
unsure.
too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it happens from time to time, but I kind of like roll over it, you know. With the job, you know, because we have new people come in all the time.
Yeah.
So you kind of like roll with it, but yeah. And it's kind of, I wish it would catch on more, especially nowadays, but of course everything's at a
snail's
rise,
pace. See, it's at
mama.
it's at a snail's pace.
Yeah, and everything's at a rise. So, you know, when people are unsure of something, they are more scared of it.
Yeah.
So they don't really try to follow it.
Yeah,
So
instead
they're
of
just
getting
like,
educated.
That's a he, yeah.
And
so.
that's it. We're outside of work. How do you live? Do you live as a woman?
Here recently, I have been.
Okay, good.
I haven't really talked about it to anyone.
Oh my
so
God,
you're actually the first.
I'm super curious about this because you came out. You've been doing drag since 16.
I have.
You've been married since you were 17. We're going to talk about that a little later. But so now, recently, you've been living as a woman.
Outside, yes, ma'am.
So before you weren't, when you were in Jacksonville.
I was not.
Okay.
I was living my alter ego and struggling a lot. So I was, you know, not aware of myself. When I decided to practice sobriety and get sober, I started blossoming into the true person that I knew I was. reconnecting into things that I was as a kid, that I was like, oh, that
That's
ultimate
why.
butterfly feeling. And I was like, I am truly happy when I put my face on.
Okay.
But it was more than that. You know what I mean? So
you're still on your journey.
yes, ma'am.
And I love that.
Yes,
And that's
I'm in the
okay.
beginning of it. So it means a lot to me because I have a lot of wonderful sisters around me
I
helping
love
me.
that.
Yeah.
And I love that you got sober first. And we'll talk about more about that in a little bit. But it's like, we're like instant gratification people in LGBT. Like we want it now. And everything gradual makes more sense. It takes time. And where
does.
you're
It
at, where you were at 16 and 17 is not where you are at now at
Definitely
40.
not. Definitely not.
You've been doing drag for half your life. Going on more than half your life.
Oh,
So is it safe to say that you always knew that you would be performing early on?
always. Always. As a kid, I wanted to be a dancer. So my parents fought over like certain things, like you're a boy, so you're gonna do sports. But when my mom was really advocating for me to do dance, I fell in love with ballet and the theater performing. I had the opportunities of going to art schools as middle schools and even elementary.
Oh, cool.
So I always knew I wanted to do something in entertainment when I was that young, not as far as this. That didn't start happening until I turned 16 and decided to join my friends at my first gay bar experience, and I saw a queen. I was like, oh my god, that is something I'm gonna do.
And that was in Jacksonville.
And that was in Jacksonville,
Okay.
Duval, and I did a talent show. It was actually around the time that Britney Spears came out with her self-titled album, "Slave for You."
Oh my God.
And I
with the
danced
snake,
on
right? With the
stage,
snake?
And my friend had a snake, and she was like, I also dated Bruce, like, you can wear it, baby. And I went out stage and killed it. And the gratification that I received from it, I was like, truly.
This is where I belong.
Yeah, I believe it. I was like, I'm going to be doing this.
On the stage with my community. Like you felt that.
It was like the first time I ever felt love.
Oh my goodness. How crazy is that,
Yeah.
right? To feel that kind of a
Yes.
hug when no one's really touching you.
I would be
but-
running around as a kid with like little t-shirts on my head, you know what I'm saying? Like, trying to feel the embodiment of it. So when I was there, like that truly gave me like, people do love when I dress like
Yes.
this. People love watching me perform. So it was like very, very, very exciting.
What are your inspirations, like when it comes to songs or when it comes to the attire that you're gonna wear?
Ooh, I'm inspired by a lot. I'm inspired by real women. I'm inspired by the earth, believe it or not. I believe in, like, if the sky is beautiful, I'll use the sky as, maybe we'll do baby blue tonight.
Oh, I love that.
Stuff like that. Or if I see, I know this is weird, but I have my meditations. People pray. I have meditation.
Okay.
It's my way of praying. So, like, I have my thinking spot, as I like to call.
In your house.
It's my hot tub.
I love that.
It gives me a time to release and also clear my mind, and and also let you sweat some toxins out. But it also gives me an opportunity to sit back and enjoy the world.
I love that.
And the world has so many beautiful colors. So that's one of the main reasons, or one of the main things that inspires my looks. Also, when I was younger, queen, I wasn't really paying attention to my looks, and I really wasn't giving it my all, we'll
Yeah.
say. So now that I have a clearer mind in the way I look at things, I have inspiration within myself. I'm like, well, what can we do different today? I want to look, I'm a Gemini, so I just want to more morph into something each day
I love that.
that blooms like a flower.
I love that. I
Do you
love
know what
that.
I mean?
Yeah, totally.
Hence my name, Vauz.
Yeah, hence. But I love that you can grab inspiration from basically anywhere.
Yeah.
And that time in your hot tub, which I bet people would love to be in that hot tub with you. But it's like that's your self-care
Yes,
time.
ma'am. And self-care is very important.
And self-care is so important. Even if
Very
it's
important.
10 minutes, folks. Like everybody's like super busy and there's always something you have to do. But take 10 freaking minutes and go sit in a park. If you have a backyard, sit Indian style in the back. Put a 10-minute timer on your
Yes.
phone. And for those 10 minutes, no phone, no Facebook, no nothing. Just listen to the air. Just listen to the birds. Just listen to what's
Yes.
going on around you.
And honestly, it's the best medication.
And
It truly
yeah.
is.
Yeah, get addicted to that, What is the hardest part of drag, Vauz?
For me, I would have to say that the hardest part of drag is, sometimes like any work, the look. I enjoy what I do, so maybe I'm coming off saying it wrong, but I would say, like, if you work multiple days in a row, maybe the tiresome of it. That's probably the hardest for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're pumping out a lot. During like prides and like Christmas, and there's just extra stuff on top of extra work. So being tired sometimes.
Being the tiring. Yeah.
But being a part of the community, once I step out on that stage, tiredness goes.
You forget it. It goes away.
Girl,
Isn't that crazy?
It does.
And then when you get off the stage, you're like, holy shit, I'm exhausted. Where did that come from? Did I just run a marathon?
Truly,
What happened?
like,
right?
And you truly you just step out of your body for that moment. It's truly the energy of our community really does fire. It gives you that fire. So yeah.
Let's talk a little bit more about our community. So drag is entertainment, and folks like the patron person of freaking hate, which I hate. Ron DeSantis is always trying to go after drag queens and go after drag shows. I never expected that shit. Like, he just caught me off guard.
Either, yeah.
And now it's like full on all the time, So Lips is usually packed with families, okay?
All the time.
And mostly straight folks. Yeah. Also, like, I'll go in there sometimes and like, they're like, oh, Faye, we got you a table. Don't worry, you're good. And I'll look around and it's like, we're the only gay people here, right?
Yeah. And majority of them are that, yeah.
Right? So, like, how do you feel about, like, turning on the news or seeing this shit on Facebook and you're seeing the governor of the state targeting you, what you do, and your girls?
Mama, it's very frustrating for me, honestly, because first, he has no idea what he's talking about.
At all.
Two, I don't even think he's ever been to a drag show, to be completely honest with you, because he fears it. So he knows not of. And I just don't understand of how they think everything that has to do with a man in makeup has to be sexual. It makes no sense to me. He needs to focus on more things like being the governor.
Listen.
And like helping us with the actual stuff that actually protects like our housing crisis.
Oh my God.
I mean, there's so
nobody can find a place to live right now down here. It's crazy.
The price to live here is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
And it's all because of this man.
Yeah. There's bigger fish to fry.
It is, but it's all a political stunt. He thinks he wants to be president. So, that's where he's at with that. But I think it's completely deranged for him to think by any means that any of a female impersonator would be a child groomer. I mean,
it's just disgusting. And like even that word groomer, like I can't even take my dog to the groomer anymore without thinking about how horrible that word is.
Like, it's
you know
so
what I mean?
Like, you try to steer away from the word. You're like, can you bathe my child?
My dog stinks. Can you do something about it? Because you don't even want to use the wording, And
you don't want to make anybody in the room uncomfortable because then you become a Karen girl.
Oh my God. And I'm saying so there's countless times that you'll have couples in there. You'll have straight men that have never been to a drag show, and I've seen the girls call them out and these guys are totally fine and happy and fun with it and secure and nothing. And then they leave and
Thank you
it's
on the
over.
way out, give you hugs.
Yes.
Thank you for having a good time with me.
And that is another reason why
what they don't understand is that's an appetizer for the woman when they get home. Because she's watching her husband enjoy himself. If that man can do this for me, then I'm going to go home and do something for him.
Exactly.
That's a good hubby.
Vauz, do you trust other queens? I mean, I know there's I know. Listen, I know plenty. I know plenty of queens. I'm friends with plenty of queens. I love them. You think about like throwing the pearls down the stairs so that bitch falls so you can take her spot.
I saw nothing.
I saw nothing.
Truly, there are few and far between. I'll say it like that.
Okay.
Out of just respect, I won't name every
No,
name
I get you.
However,
you could give me. What does their name start with? Initials.
I can give you hints. No, I'm kidding. I will say for sure that I have had some run-ins with a couple of girls that I wish would have not happened because we all are adults and it could have been handled in a different way. However, in heat of the moment, I never say that each of you are right or wrong. Both of you are wrong in the moment that you would allow something like that to ruin a friendship. I've had a couple of that, but I've also had a couple of backstabbers that would to your face, different from behind your back.
Yeah.
And it's all gravy.
And is that like a way of like trying you, like to see like, okay, this is her spot, she's gonna keep that, or to maybe kind of like say I'm more talented than you?
I would say more of a threat. Probably. Only because when I was a couple years back when I was, here, I was here. And
but you weren't
the drive
here.
That I have today scares a lot of people.
Yes, bitch.
Because I am a machine.
Yes. Yes.
God gave me a second opportunity, so I'm definitely going to make my career right this time. And I've done that. So
and they can see it.
I think that It scares a lot of
Yeah,
them.
no, and it will continue.
Amen.
And it's crazy that the more you shine, the more that you will have people come up to you and go, wow, I'm watching you shine. Thank you for shining. I was worried about you a couple of years ago. Now you look good. But then in the
Amen.
same breath, you'll also get those others that liked you effed up, that liked you a mess, that liked you hungover and not being able to do your job, you know? So me and Vauz have a lot more in common than I actually thought before we got into bed. Aside from being freaking fabulous.
Oh my God. Just a little something.
We are both huge dog advocates, and we're both sober.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, and I asked you beforehand if you were comfortable with talking about this, and you know, I mean, I get it. You work where there's bottomless drinks all the time, you know. But some people don't want to talk about their sobriety, and I respect everybody's, you know, wishes when it comes to that and their boundaries. You know, constantly from this bed, I tell our viewers that I recover out loud. You know, if I'm having a tough day, my coworkers have heard me say, "Hey, I thought about drinking today." Right? It doesn't mean I'm gonna drink today. It just means that it's part of the process. There are things that will trigger us, get us mad, and it's up to us to continue the work to stay sober. Shit ain't easy.
No, it's not, ma'am.
It ain't easy, you know? So I so appreciate that you also recover out loud.
Amen.
You know, like you post about it, you talk about it. Somebody asks you, you don't even hesitate. You're like, no, I'm sober. I've been sober a couple of years. And, you know, is it for the same reason? Because you want to let others know that it's possible?
I think it's very important, you know? I think I was so stuck on feeling sorry for myself in my weakest moment that when I did get sober, it was for all the right reasons. So I figured, you know, let me start by saying this so that I'm clear on how I want to present this today. Because this is very, very important to me. Being sober is a new life for me. So when the pandemic happened, we lost a lot of jobs. You know, us girls could not work.
Yeah.
You know, there was no bars. Couldn't go out and couldn't do things. That was a lot. And
not everybody can do the stuff on Facebook. Not everybody can do that. You just
couldn't. It was hard, you know, and, you know, bills weren't being able to pay. You can't keep your internet, you know, and you had to be connected to the world. So it really gave me a moment to sit down. And then I started losing a lot of friends because of, you know, the pandemic and the disease going around and COVID, and it was happening really fast and rapidly, like a lot. And I'm like, what? During downtime, we're like, we have nothing right now.
Yeah.
So I'm like, self-care, let's do this. You know, if we get an opportunity to come back from this.
Because we didn't know at that time.
We didn't know.
We were cleaning things that were coming in from the grocery store. We didn't know.
We didn't know we were going to this is it. So I thought to myself, if I do get an opportunity to come back, I want to come back strong. I want to come back better than ever. And a better version than I could ever. And the only way that I felt that I was going to be able to do that was to shed what I felt like was a brick.
Okay.
And
was it drugs or drugs and alcohol?
I was cocaine, alcohol, cigarettes.
Everything. Okay. Cigarettes too? You got off cigarettes too? Girl.
It was bad, you know?
Okay. Because like I have sponsees that will, I'm getting them off alcohol. I'm helping them get off alcohol. But I'm like, look, let's not do with the cigarettes now. Let's do one bite at a time because that's not easy.
No, it's not.
And you did it all at once.
I did.
Wow.
I did. I literally was just like, you know what? It's my birthday. My birthday's on June 8th. It's the symbol for infinity.
I love that. Is that your sober day?
And it became my day. And I wanted to lock it in. I didn't want it to pass the 8th because of that reason. I'm very spiritual on that. And that became a number. So that would be my anniversary each month. And I just started my journey.
I love that.
And then a year after my journey, we were able to come back to work. And I auditioned for Lips. And I solidified it even more.
And you've been there ever since?
Mama. And then a few days ago, I just hit 2 years, 8 months.
Oh my God, yeah.
And I feel better than ever. I wake up in the morning and I enjoy life.
Yes, yes. You know, like I worked all weekend and I was thinking to myself, like, if I was still drinking and drugging like I used to, like I would have to wake up and, you know, shaking, right? And I would have to have my 4 shots of vodka with my coffee to stop shaking and to go back out and host something.
Mama.
And I thought I was doing a good job, boss. I thought I was killing it. I thought I was the best host in the whole entire world. I was like, I know people that I see now, I'm 8 years sober, and I have people that will come up to me and go, bitch, you almost threw me off a stage, you know?
Oh my gosh.
And I can laugh about it now.
Right.
But that was in front of my community. That was in front of my people. That was, you know, and it's like, coño, like, you know, like I beat myself up. But we beat up ourselves over all that crap, you know?
I'm happy to say that some have remembered the old me, but some have forgotten because of how hard I've worked to push her away.
Yep. No, and it's.
But my voice is in my advocacy right now. So you could be a queen in the clubs, and you don't have to be, drinking. You don't have to drink. You don't have to drug. You don't have to do any of that to be popular or to be an amazing
or
queen.
to be fun, or to be a great entertainer.
Life itself is a drug.
How the hell did you do all those splits and kicks and all that shit while you were drinking and drugging, and not hurt yourself? Because you gotta see this girl. It's like when she goes on, okay, everybody clears out because we're ready to get a dance show on, right?
My dancing now, though, is way better than back then, mama. It was sloppy back then.
Yes.
I mean, I did dance, but it wasn't like today.
I love that. When I came in, I just wanted my life back, right? I wanted I wanted the fiance that I had, the girl that left me. I wanted a $200,000 job that I got fired from because of my alcoholism. I wanted all that shit back, okay? And I went in to get it. And guess what? I got none of it back. I got much more back.
Amen. Yeah.
And and there are people that still to this day are like, Faye, you know what? I'm glad that you're sober. I'm glad you're making your amends to me, but I don't want to be anywhere near your ass. You broke my heart. You fucked up my world. I just don't want to be in the same room with you. But do you, and great. And I respect them for it,
Amen.
And then there's others that are just have kept their distance, but now are slowly coming back, because the only way you could show some people that you've changed is by just changing, by just living, by just
literally
shining how you're shining. That it's just impossible for someone to see you back then and then see you now and not see the difference in your face,
Yes. Truly.
Wow, you got me all hyped up. I'm all inspired now and shit.
That's what I love, though. I love to inspire. That's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? If I could inspire anyone, it would be to inspire the ones that feel like they have no voice in the back of the crowd. Here recently, I've had a few friends that didn't feel like they had a voice, and then they always end up with the same crowd that they feel like they have to do it in. And
over and over again.
It's just a cycle that they feel that they can't get out of.
Yeah.
But I'm just a phone call away.
Exactly, right? And how many times do I tell you folks that? Reach out to somebody. There's someone out there to talk to you. There's someone that feels the same way you do. Okay?
I want none of my friends or my sisters or my family to ever feel like they can't call me if they are down on that.
Yes.
I will not judge. It's not about judgment. It's about being there.
It's about being there.
And they need someone to hear it, because I've been there. I know what it's like. I've had it. I've had to swallow it hard, baby.
Girl, and and no one recovers alone.
Never.
You need other people for it. And trust, look, in our community, I get offered cocaine every time I go out. Literally.
Mama, the girl's doing right in front of me.
I will be in the bathroom and a boy will go and pass it under. And my wife is there dying laughing. They know you? I'm like, yeah, but I guess they don't know me that well. You know what I mean? And I'm like, thanks. And I'll just pass it back. I don't even carry a pen top anymore. You know what I
mean? Oh my God, not a tutor. Oh my Jesus. Those were the days of our lives.
Those were the days of our lives. And we were a mess. So if you're still a mess, trust me. Look, there's two people sitting in front of you right now that are testaments.
I am definitely
that it is possible, girl.
I can get you, baby.
You've been married for a while, girl. You've been married for
Mama,
15 years? No, wait, more.
It's 17 years.
17 years.
We met in 2007.
Okay.
2005.
So many questions about that. Okay, my first is no, but that question's not even gonna go, because you guys were together. When I heard that you were married for so long, I thought, okay, she did it out of necessity to maybe get the hell out of her house, because you were about that age. Okay, I don't know the story yet, folks. Okay, I go, she probably got married out of necessity to get the F out of the house. You don't know what kind of things you deal with when it comes to parents. It doesn't matter where they're from. When they shun you, they shun you. But then it's not like you guys got divorced or anything. Here you are almost 20 years later, still married. So it was not like someone taking advantage of you or anything like that. Please tell me.
So, long story short, I wasn't looking for love. Definitely not looking for love, because I was young. I was working at a bar in Jacksonville. At this time, I had stopped doing female impersonation, and I wanted to try to get back in touch with my boy self.
Okay.
So we did what would be called a go-go dancer.
Okay.
And I met him through that way. He tipped me. I thought it was a joke. Long story short, we had a conversation on the phone. We slowly started becoming friends, and then became lovers. So, I mean, it's not like A real sweet story.
Honey, but it's got longevity, bitch. It's been 17
but I
years.
will tell you that we bloomed together when I decided to get separated.
Is he older?
He is the same age as I. And he's only a month, he's a month older. We'll say he's allowed to be a month older, but we are both 40.
Oh my God.
So
okay.
I love the fact that we get to go through experiences together. We've gotten to grow together. Literally, yeah. And one's not older than the other. Okay. I mean, it truly is a blessing in disguise.
But you've changed over these 17 years. You've, played around with being a boy, then you wanted to do your drag entertainment, and then like now you're living life as a woman. He's been with you through all of this.
Yeah, he truly loves me.
And he supports all of that and has he questioned you or any issues with any of it? No, like just smooth.
He
tipped you as a go-go boy, honey. Okay, let's put this into perspective. You go to Johnson's, you see this hot-ass boy working, you give him some money, he gives you his number, you talk, and then months later, he decides that he's gonna be a drag queen and look this hot as a woman. Like,
well, for a while, I still stayed Robbie, until we learned each other.
Yeah.
And then as we got older and stuff and learned each other's, I say genetics. Mm-hmm. He truly does it. This to him is me.
Okay, but he was with you also when you were bad. When you were in your addiction as well.
Yes.
Was he also doing it with you?
No. He's never.
Shut up.
I did it behind his back.
He's a normie like that? For real?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, a normie is what we call people that don't do anything. That have no problem doing everything and anything, but they don't have an issue with nothing. So,
yes.
What? That is crazy.
I mean, my husband is like a typical, laid back. I like to say my husband's gay but straight.
Okay.
Persona.
Okay, got it.
He's cars. He doesn't like the club.
He likes football. He likes sports and stuff.
And all that.
He's a boy's boy.
Very much country bumpkin boy.
Steak and potatoes.
Southern mama. Yes, very much that.
Is that your type?
I love that.
Okay.
Love that about him. And it also reminds me of home.
I love that. Do you have an open relationship or is it just you two?
We used to have an open. So through the years, we've learned.
Evolution, folks, what I'm always telling you about growth.
Yes. And honestly, in younger years, we believed working together as a couple. We did try things, as every gay couple would. And to me, I thought it made us healthy as a couple, or healthier as a couple, because, we experienced those experiences together. Nobody was doing anything behind each other's back. Everybody was very forward with it. We were friends with the people, you know what I mean? But my girlfriend at work the other day just said, oh, that was in your younger years. Now you're in your golden years. For now, I'm assuming we're in our golden years because, we're pretty humble. With where we're at, and we love each other very much more than we ever have.
So when it's just you and your boo sitting on the couch, what do you binge watch?
Mama. DVR down. I mean, when Vauz has the time to sit down and watch TV.
I get it.
But Real Housewives, Drag Race, you name it.
All right.
His favorite shows, though, are The View. Mama loves The View. My husband loves The View.
He loves some whoopee. Does he like whoopee?
Mama. Jay, Miss Behar, his love with Miss
I love Joy. Joy is awesome. Yeah.
He's truly loves that. He loves talk shows. He loves staying up to date. He loves CNN. He's very much that kind of a.
He is a boy's boy.
Yes, ma'am.
I love it. Well, I hope to meet him someday. I love that. Anybody that can stand next to you and support you and have your back like that because you're so confident about your relationship with him. I love that.
I do love him. Yes.
And relationships go through obstacles.
But he's my best friend before my husband. You know what I mean? Like, we've truly worked on that friend relationship because I believe that it stems from that to get to know someone, to truly love someone.
I love that. Does he go to your shows?
He used to. Not so much anymore because he's a very busy man.
No, and that's fine.
He owns his own business.
I love that.
So
I love that.
He's his only employee and he runs his thing by himself.
I love that. No, but I mean, we're always out. We're always doing something. They don't, I for me personally, like my wife says it all the time. If I was up your ass all the time, I wouldn't be your wife. You wouldn't want to. You wouldn't want to be with me. No. If I was, where are you? What are you doing now? I wouldn't be. You wouldn't have chosen me to be your wife. I'm like, you're absolutely right. Like I can't feel smothered like that.
No.
I want you next to me for events.
I wouldn't
but
say
it's
that
not
he
necessary.
Considers it smothering. He considers that letting me be me.
Letting you be you.
Yeah, you go do your thing, baby girl, and when you come home, we have a...
Exactly, just bring the money. Anyway.
Which girl, I have to say, is a true blessing, mama.
All right, so here at the Faywhat Show, we play a game called Say What with Faywhat. And what it is, it's like a lightning round. It's really quick. I'll give you two things, and you pick one of the two things that sparks Vauz, something that you like, okay? So like if I said, you know, black or white.
White.
Okay, like that. Very easy, okay? All right, here we go. Beach or mountains?
Mountains.
Soda or juice?
Juice.
Pepperoni pizza or cheese pizza?
Cheese.
The toilet paper goes over or under?
Over.
Yes, bitch. I hear people do that. I will change people's toilet.
That was a trick, bitch.
No, but I will go into somebody's house and go to the bathroom and see the toilet paper from under and I go,
no.
Okay, but before, when I was in my horrible days of drug and alcohol addiction, I'd be looking through the medicine cabinet to see what they had. See, things, I've gotten better, you see?
I was going to say, did you care which way it was?
I didn't even notice it was there when I was drunk, to be completely honest. Air dry and you're good, right?
Oh my goodness.
Pancakes or waffles?
Ooh, waffles.
Morning or night?
Night.
Baseball or volleyball?
Volleyball.
Scooby-Doo or Tom and Jerry?
Scooby-Doo.
Boat or plane?
Boat.
Painting or drawing?
Drawing.
Reading or writing?
Reading.
Singing or dancing?
Dancing.
Bitch, I knew that. T-shirt or sweaters?
Ooh, sweaters.
Flowers or trees?
Flowers.
Phone or computer?
Phone.
Superman or Black Man? Or Black Man. I just started a brand new. Marvel, call me. Black Man should be something. I'm just saying. Superman or Batman?
Batman.
Doctor Who or The Walking Dead?
Ooh, The Walking Dead.
Lions or bears?
Lion.
Milk or juice?
Juice.
Gold or silver?
Gold.
80s music or 2000s music?
Oh, 2000s music.
Facebook or TikTok?
TikTok.
Blue or green eyes?
Ooh, blue eyes.
Fire or ice?
Fire.
Straight or curly hair?
Curly.
Yeah! All right, Vauz Allen, find her at Lips for Roulette of Drag. Follow her on social media. And sober folks, see it is possible to have a life beyond your wildest dreams sober. All right, so make sure that you follow Vauz on all social media platforms. She is an incredible human. And when you come down to Lips, go see her. Say hi, I saw your interview. I'm sober too, or
Tuesday
I'm trying to get sober.
Bitches.
Damn, bitch, they got you working a lot.
Mama, you can catch me there every night of the week except for Monday.
Monday's the day of the Lord.
Amen.
It's not, but it's the day of the Lord when it comes to our world.
Day of rest.
Day of rest, girl. Vauz Allen on the Faywhat Show. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. Yeah.
Thank you. Did I mention she's half Puerto Rican, half Boricua, para que lo sepa? All right, we'll be right back. So, did you enjoy the show? I know you did. So make sure to click subscribe so you won't miss any of the events, news, or interviews right here on the Faywhat Show. Ring the bell at the bottom of the screen, right there, so you'll be alerted every time we're live. You can also click on the Happening Out Television Network logo so you can see all of the shows on the most diverse LGBTQ+ media network. Find out just what we're doing to bring the L and the G together right here on the Faywhat Show. Get the week started with me.